Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to go over one of those things that has always caused Dragon Ball fans to rage about, and that's when something happens in the series that causes Goku to get hurt by something simple as a bullet or a laser. Where one instance we see this occur is in Dragon Ball Super during the revival of F Saga, when Sorbet, Freeza's minion, shot a laser through Goku's chest. I think all fans everywhere at that moment were shocked. Goku, who is now more powerful than a Super Saiyan God, gets hurt by a laser gun? It happens again in Dragon Ball Super when Goku is fighting some thugs and gets hurt by a bullet. Much more recently, Goku and Vegeta are taken out by a tranquilizer gun by the Galactic Patrol. But the question here is, are all of these instances a retcon in Dragon Ball Super, created by Toriyama to introduce weaknesses, or can this be explained while keeping consistency with the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z manga? Well, in this video, we will go through each example and analyze this logically to see if we can devise an explanation. So let's get right into this analysis and cue the intro. Okay, so before I get into the explanation, we need to start with the very first chapter of Dragon Ball, where the adventure all began. Here Goku meets Bulma for the first time. Startled, Bulma uses a gun and shoots Goku in the forehead point blank. When I first saw this, I was thinking, why the hell is she carrying a BB gun shooting kids in the face? But this was an actual gun with a real bullet. So straight off the bat, even though he felt pain, Goku was able to survive a bullet to the head and come out pretty much unscratched. But an important thing to note is that at this time, Goku almost got run over by a car who he thought was a monster. Goku is alert and completely on guard. According to the Daizenshuu 7, page 82, Goku's power level is 10 at this time, which means that 10 is sufficient to handle a bullet to the head. The next time we see Goku get hit by a bullet is following the events of the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai. Goku has reached the top of Muscle Tower and is against the final boss. General White has a hostage captive, and due to that, Goku has to obey his commands. White tells him to turn around and then shoots him with his gun directly at the back of his head. Goku falls down instantly. Of course, this doesn't kill Goku, he just falls unconscious and wakes up later. In this case, Goku is once again aware that he is in a dangerous situation. He knows that White is holding a gun, and even if he turns around and has no eye contact, he knows something bad is about to happen. We don't have an official power level for Goku at this time. However, we do know during the following 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai, Goku's power level was stated to be 180 according to Daizenshuu 7 and the Weekly Shonen Jump. We also know that Master Roshi's power level is near 139 during the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai. Therefore, it could be reasonable to assume that Goku's power level lies between 130 to 180. This question we are trying to analyze doesn't have to do with just Goku though. During the fight between Tao Pai Pai and Goku, Tao throws a grenade at Goku. Obviously Goku is much stronger than he was before, as this takes place just prior to the 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai, and after training with Krillin, which means a power level close to 180. We don't know if the grenade would have hurt Goku since it was deflected, but Goku was shown to be scared upon seeing it. However, in Tao's case, he took the full impact of the grenade, and Tao was quite strong. Later we find out that Tao actually survived the incident and becomes a cyborg, but this is evident that the grenade did not do as much damage to Tao as it would have done to a normal human being. Following these events, Goku takes care of the remainder of the Red Ribbon army. While he is running, we then see Goku getting shot again, but this time by a sniper. The bullet hits him right on his cheek, and while Goku seems like he felt it, he continues on running. So far we witnessed Goku as a child taking bullets fairly well, but how? Well, later Goku fights King Piccolo. Eventually King Piccolo takes Tenshinhan as hostage and tells Goku that if he moves even an inch, he will crush Tenshinhan's head. Goku is forced to stand and let King Piccolo throw rocks at him. Yes, rocks guys. It's interesting because if a bullet can't harm Goku, how can a rock? Well, to answer this, we have to understand what force exactly is. Force is equal to mass times acceleration. The mass of a rock or a bullet is fixed. By itself, a stationary bullet is harmless. but it's when the bullet is put inside the gun and an explosion is created to propel the bullet, accelerating it. This creates a force, and in King Piccolo's case, he just used his breath to blow a rock to hurt Goku's left arm and legs, hence created more force than a bullet. At this position, Goku was not allowed to move at all, but it doesn't mean he cannot contract his muscles. Either way, this makes him vulnerable, as he's stationary to the oncoming force. If you guys really think about it, even now in Dragon Ball Super, we have people being thrown into mountains and rocks. Obviously, the rocks themselves aren't supposed to hurt as much as it does to these warriors who are built as stronger than the rocks. Rather, it's the acceleration at which they are thrown towards those rocks that creates the force. But going back to Dragon Ball, after defeating King Piccolo, Goku climbs the top of Kami's lookout. There, he meets Mr. Popo and is utterly and easily defeated by him. Mr. Popo for the first time teaches him an important lesson, the fundamentals of ki control. He tells Goku to be as quiet as the sky, but quicker than lightning. As Mr. Popo demonstrates this, Goku responds that he can barely sense Mr. Popo's ki, which is what exactly Mr. Popo teaches Goku for the first time. The concept of ki control seemed quite rare and unique, as even Freeza and Vegeta when first fighting Goku did not know how to do this. Mr. Popo actually learned it from Kami, who is a Namekian, and during the Namek saga we find out that other Namekians can also control their ki. Thus, it's not a stretch to say that the fundamentals concept of ki control can be traced all the way back to Namek. So why am I talking about this? What does this have anything to do with Goku getting hurt by a bullet? Well, to understand if a bullet can actually kill Goku, we have to understand what actually protects him from that force, and what is ki. Well, Akira Toriyama explained what ki means to him and the Dragon Ball world. He said that regardless of how much one trains, their physical strength is limited by their body. That is, we can keep getting bigger muscles and stronger, but the body, whether sane or human, has limits. So how do you surpass that limit? Well, by increasing one's ki. Yes, that's right. Toriyama states that the key to winning a fight is controlling one's ki. To understand this point further, let's fast forward to Dragon Ball Z. Remember when we were on planet Namek against Freeza in his third form? Around that time, there was a moment where Vegeta tells Krillin to hurt him so he can get healed by Dende, receiving a Zenkai boost. Well, Krillin says he isn't strong enough to hurt Vegeta. Vegeta then responds that he will lower his ki to the minimum so that Krillin can hurt him. Soon after, Krillin blasts a hole through Vegeta's stomach, once again displaying that depending on ki control, the body would take damage accordingly. Now, let's continue on to Dragon Ball Super. Whis also states something very relevant and important. He says that no matter how powerful you are, when completely empty on ki, the body is an incredible fragile thing. He is saying this to Goku as it's one of his weakness to relax too much and drop his guard. It's interesting because right after Whis says this is the fight with Golden Frieza. Of course, there is one minor difference between what is shown in the movie and the anime. In the movie, Sorbet shoots a laser while Goku is Super Saiyan Blue, but in the anime, Goku has powered down to his base. Which one do you guys think is more consistent based on all the logic we discussed so far? Well, obviously it's the one which Goku is in his base. It makes complete sense as Goku has lowered his ki and dropped his guard, which makes him vulnerable even to a laser. Now, this concept of ki protection is not just limited to Goku. Obviously, we can see that further on in the anime. Like, in the anime during the Zamasu saga, Mai attempts to snipe Black and kill him. She said it's a special bullet. Meanwhile, Black and Zamasu are sipping tea and having a jolly good time, talking about normal things like world domination and how good looking they both are. Well, whilst missed in their conversation, the bullet misses Black, but the impact, however, is enough to cause Black to fall off his chair. When we are first watching this scene, I'm sure everyone was wondering, is Mai an idiot? But what would have actually happened if that bullet didn't miss? The bullet made by Bulma had more energy than a normal one, and Black and Zamasu were relaxed with their ki suppressed. The next time this happens is right after the Zamasu saga, where Goku has to fight some street thugs who want to steal Goku's truck. Goku is in his base form and has lowered his ki to a minimum in order to not accidentally kill them. But in the anime and the manga, Goku gets hurt by a bullet. In the manga, Goku is catching the bullets fired by the last guy. He misses one and hits his forearms. Goku says he's getting out of shape, but Goku's statement wasn't really regarding the fact that the bullet hurt him, rather the fact that he missed one and didn't catch it, meaning that he's getting sloppy. However, it is still evident that he did get hurt a little bit. In episode 77 of the anime, Goku gets hit by a bullet but is caught off guard by a bullet shot from the last guy on the ground. Goku excuses that he's getting rusty. In both cases, Goku's ki is considerably low. Now, to further build up the case of ki control and ki protection, we're not done yet. In the Tournament of Power, Jiren, a seemingly invincible opponent, finally gets damaged for the first time. And by who? Android 17. He launches a surprise attack on Jiren from his back and actually hurts Jiren. Even Goku Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 wasn't able to scratch Jiren. Next come one of the most controversial and heated topics concerning the manga, and that is when Jiren faces Roshi. Goku has lost all hope in defeating Jiren. He already tried to increase his raw power by raising his ki even if it damages his body. Jiren says that overloading your body with power is not mastery or power, and that Kale made that same mistake earlier. Roshi asks Goku, what does strength mean to you? Goku says he needs more battle power to beat Jiren. Then Roshi says, who the heck put that traddle in your head? Vegeta or Freeza? Then Goku remembers all of the teachings from his previous masters since Dragon Ball, which includes Mr. Popo, Kami, Karin, North Kaio and Whis. We then see a skirmish between Jiren and Master Roshi. Jiren lowers his ki because he does not want to accidentally kill Roshi and be disqualified from the tournament. He knows this because he can sense Roshi's ki. The entire purpose of this scene was for Roshi to teach Goku a lesson that power isn't everything, and when faced with the impossible odd where power cannot be overcome, it's technique that we must rely on. That's what martial art is for, otherwise bodybuilders would be winning fighting competitions. An important thing to note, whilst fighting Jiren, Roshi wasn't actually using Ultra Instinct, as we stated it's a still far cry from it, but it shares similar principles. Once Jiren got a bit serious, he karate chopped Roshi and that was it. Lastly, we come to the most recent Dragon Ball Super chapter. A galactic patrolman named Murus has used a tranquilizer or a stun gun to take out both Goku and Vegeta. Both Goku and Vegeta are in the base form and the ki is suppressed as they are only fighting some police force. They were off guard and got surprised, though this isn't the same thing as getting hurt by a bullet. In fact, we shouldn't be that surprised as something like this already happened. Frost had coated a retractable needle in his forearm with poison to knock out Goku and Piccolo during the Universe 6 tournament arc. This actually has nothing to do with ki, as it just temporarily caused Goku to be knocked out. The stun gun has a similar effect as they use anesthesia to make Goku and Vegeta go to sleep. So what's the moral of the story? Toriyama has written his main characters such that they can be very vulnerable to anything due to ki control. This is how Goku can eat food with chopsticks without breaking them, or hug Chi-Chi and be intimate with her without breaking her. Trust me, you wouldn't want super strength in the real world, unless you can control it. However, in Goku's case, he can, and he is not like Superman. He does not walk around with invulnerability. Having one's ki always high leads to stamina issues. This creates more tension in the story, as anything can happen. Writing a character as invincible is easy to do, but the author creates flaws intentionally to make the story more interesting. It is for this reason that Stan Lee preferred Batman to Superman, and the reason that Goku survived bullets in the early Dragon Ball is because his power level at rest was 10 or greater. It is not until he learned ki control from Mr. Popo that he was able to relax and suppress his ki. In conclusion, if Goku is sleeping and his ki is suppressed, we believe that a sniper could possibly kill him or at least badly hurt him at point blank range because Goku's ki is suppressed. The concept is very similar to if a kid punches someone in the gut. If you contract your abdominal muscles, you won't feel it. If you relax them and are surprised, you'll feel it more. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure to check out Anti-Meta Man on his Twitter for scripting this theory. And don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and ding that notification bell to stay updated. With that, I'll catch you guys till next time.